All right, man. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Motor City Sports Talk, we back again. Tomorrow we might do double streams, maybe a video or two in between the streams. Might do another spotlight. NBA season almost over with. I ain't watched none of the finals, none of the conference finals, only the game one of the Nuggets and the Lakers, and that was just atrocious officiating. I already knew what the agenda was, but we officially be in the off season. The draft is November 18th for that, so I'm gonna go into free agent spotlight mode. I'm gonna turn it up for the draft spotlight, and we just gonna go all in this weekend on the Pistons in the live stream. So no game for the Lions Sunday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Tell you real quick why I'm all sold in on getting Dwayne Haskins. I think the Lions should go over and trade for Dwayne Haskins. To be honest, what I really think, the Lions can trade Kenny Galladay and get the first or second round pick and get Haskins and bring him over here to the Lions. One of the reasons I'm sold on Haskins is not because he's an Ohio State Buckeye. One of the reasons I like Haskins is because he don't cost that much. He's a great bridge quarterback. If they continue on with Matthew Stafford, he kind of give you some hope, to basically bridge in the quarterback. If he sit there and he take the job and he balls out, then cool, you got a quarterback. And people saying he sucked, I don't think he sucked. I think he may have came out of college a little bit premature. And I remember when Pete Carroll was mad at Mark Sanchez for coming out too soon. He told him it's too soon. Polish your game up. And Sanchez, he had a perfect situation in Jersey with the Jets, and he just didn't capitalize on it. He wasn't ready, and never got that same shot again. And I think Dwayne Haskins should have stayed in college one more year, really honed his skills under Urban Myers. And I know it's really not a lot of successful Ohio State quarterbacks, but I think Haskins, is a good quarterback. He got a good arm. He not mobile. But then again, the worst case scenario, you got a Jimmy Garoppolo, you got a Brian Hoyer, you got somebody like Drew Stanton kind of behind you that brings somebody that can really win you a game or two. I think Dwayne Haskins learning under Matthew Stafford and Darrell Bevel for a year, or just learning the ropes and really not having no pressure. And then what if you don't get a top 5 pick next year? Nobody thinks about that. What if the Lions win 4 or 5 or 6 games and they don't have a top 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 pick? Then what if you don't get Trey Lance? What if you don't get a blue chipper? Now, instead of that, either you get a quarterback later in the draft, second, late first, third, fourth, fifth, and you're not really sold on him. Then what if Stafford retired, he walk away, you trade him, whatever it may be, he requested trade, which Dan Orlovsky is hinting at. Now you have Dwayne Haskins. If you don't draft a quarterback next year, now you're not dependent on Matthew Stafford. And it's Haskins is the truth, and he just needed a little time to learn. And a new offensive coordinator team that believed in him, if he the truth, then guess what? You don't need a quarterback. Now you're not really in a full rebuild. Now you got a quarterback of the future if Haskins will ball out. If you trade Galladay, so be it. Now you can find another receiver. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 tight ends for the future, at least one. And now he got more weapons. Even if you get rid of Galladay, he got more weapons than he ever had in Washington with the football team. You get Cephas, you got Hawkinson. You know what I'm saying? Got weapons. You got DeAndre Swift. He got weapons, So that's my whole hypothesis on it. Why not? It doesn't cost much. If you don't want to pay Galladay, I'm pretty sure the Washington football team would be happy to give you a second round pick for him and give you Haskins for him. Maybe you can get a second and a fourth for him. They got the money to pay him, and that's going to easily give Kyle Allen, Alex Smith, or whatever quarterback they bring in next year, a number 1 receiver. So really, you got McLaren and you got Galladay. So Washington needed weapons. They got weapons. We needed a quarterback to either be the quarterback of the future or the bridge quarterback with Dwayne Haskins. The bridge, and you can't stress that enough. If he not the answer, cool, he not the answer, but he can be a backup quarterback for us. He can kind of be like, what's my man's that won the title with the New York Giants when Phil Simms went down, Hoster. He can be one of those guys that, if we need to win 1 or 2 games, Chase Daniels can't do it, but maybe Haskins can. He has a ceiling. He has potential, excuse me. His ceiling is still up here. Chase Daniels' ceiling, his floor touching each other. He can't win a game. So my whole thing is, because I know people don't listen, but my whole thing is this. Either Haskins could be the bridge, he could be the future, or he could be the now. If he the bridge, cool. If you got Haskins next year and then you trade, you get a top pick next year, and let's say you bring in Trevor Lawrence, okay, you got Haskins and Trevor Lawrence. It's no rule in the rule book that say Trevor Lawrence got to start from day one. If Haskins beat out Trevor Lawrence and Trevor Lawrence ain't ready, so be it. If you don't get a top pick, you don't end up with Lance Lawrence or Fields or another blue chip quarterback, at least you can say, okay, Dwayne Haskins, we throw him in there. If Haskins struggle next year, so be it. Now we in the top 3 or 4 picks again. All right, Haskins could be our career backup, or we can cut him and we can draft another quarterback. So it's really a foolproof. It's a foolproof scam. You can be a fool and not mess this up. Either you got a backup quarterback forever, or you got a quarterback that you can groom like Patriots did with Garoppolo and Brissett. You can groom him, and he can step in next year and he can ball out. Or you can groom him, he step in next year, he beat Trevor Lawrence, or Lawrence or Fields, and Lance beat him, then so be it. It's really, you're not giving much up for him. So, that's just my opinion on it. But I just think they should go out there and do him. And people talking about Josh Rosen, he's on the practice squad, so you can sign him off the Bucs practice squad expeditiously. He could be on the Lions roster, and that costs you nothing. But in the grand scheme of things, I just think you gotta get this dude a try. It's a full FOOL. It's a foolproof thing. You can't mess this up. And then next year you draft Trevor Lawrence, and what if he's not ready? What if Field and him get injured? You got to have 2 quarterbacks in this league. The Ravens got RG3. They got Lamar. You got to have 2 really good quarterbacks. And Dwayne Haskins, he deserving a team that could believe in him. And he's a pocket quarterback. He got an arm. He right-handed. He remind you of a black Stafford that just don't have the seasoning that Stafford came out of Georgia with. And that's what teams are about. You want to be a place that can really groom and rejuvenate a career. You got Darrell Bevell, who did it with pocket quarterbacks, Brett Favre. He done it with mobile quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, pocket and Matthew Stafford. That'd be nice. If Stafford want to stick around for another year, at least you got something that's kind of reminiscent of the future in Dwayne Haskins behind him. So I don't see why not take the chance, call Washington up, get him. You got a guy that got talent. You got a guy that got an arm. He reminds you of Stafford, maybe a little bit bigger, stronger. Their mobility is basically the same. And somebody that can really learn behind Stafford for a year, maybe 2 years, and then maybe he can take over the keys. They don't think of it that way. But he got talent, and you can't put Ohio State shortcomings on with Troy Smith and what was the other guys that had there, Braxton Miller, and over the years they really ain't had a lot of good pro quarterbacks, but a lot of them ain't been like Dwayne Haskins, and the one guy they had like him and Joe Burrows, he really bubbled in LSU. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love, support. All my social media links there. Want to make a donation, just share the video. Also hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. But if you want to make a financial donation, Cash App at CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Let me know what you think in the comment section one time we go.